Okay everybody, welcome to Pilates. Let's stand up nice and tall. Let's get our feet underneath our hip sockets. That's it, Mickey, with bob on. Tuck your tail under, soften your knees. Can you roll your shoulders? Morning, Alison. Up, back and down. Breathing in to lift and roll. Breathing out to lower. Breathing in and breathing out. One more time. And come on down. Guys, keeping the pelvis still, so a little squeeze in the glutes, tummy in. Let's move through side bend. Trying to just move from the waist upwards. We're going to draw the hand up the rib cage. We're going to reach away with the bottom arm. We're going to try to keep the pelvis still. So if that reaches a bit much, don't do it. Breathing in to reach. Breathing out to come back. Let's have a couple more. Come on up and just release there. Guys, grip your pelvis, soften your knees. Let's have a pelvic tilt. So tucking under, softening the tailbone and releasing back. So our primary goal here is to just get this pelvis moving and open out the lower back. But you'll also get a stretch through your hip flexors, which are generally always tight no matter what we do with them. One more. Good. And then neutral pelvis in the middle. Spread the toes, sway the weight forwards and softly down through the heels. So you want to lift up through those heels and balance and then come down. And then thinking about your foot placement. Arms can go higher if the balance is okay. But we want to push the big toe into the floor. We don't want to sickle through the ankle. Guys, next one will be your last one. I want you to hold up. Stay up. Bring your arms chest height. Hold. Foot pedals. So one heel down, one heel up, and switch. So when we switch, it's two heels up, then one drops, not the other way. So two heels up and one drops. Pelvis is still, hips not moving. Last one. And relax, give them a shake. Back to that neutral spine. Tuck, fingers to temples. Lifting out of your waist. Coming across to the right corner. Breathing in. And breathing out. Squeezing glutes. Breathing in. And breathing out. So stay lengthened out of the waist. Keep your hips still. Guys, if this is giving you any kind of back pain, you might want to drop your arms, but otherwise, stay lengthened to increase the load through the waist. Last one. And relax. Good. Release the shoulders. Brilliant. Let's put right foot in front of left foot. So tightrope. Squeeze the glutes, pull the tummy in. Palms up, weight up. Squeeze the shoulders and come back. So my feet are one in front of the other. I'm watching that, not extending my spine. My ribs are down. Breathing out as I squeeze. And in as I come back. Release, drop the arms, change the feet, tuck, pull in, little bit harder, rotate, extend, come on down and in, good. So just breathing naturally on this. Now guys, think about where your distribution of weight is. As it's all tracked into the back foot, often does that, get it forward. more, tail tucked. So your knees shouldn't be locked. Soften the knees. Last one. Coming down. Good. Give everything a good old shake and just rotate them. So grab your band for me. Going to release the shoulders. Feet parallel. Excuse me. Hands wide, palms back. Lifting up. Maintaining the neutral spine. Feeling the stretch under the armpit. So if you've got enough give in your band and enough give in your shoulders, think about coming all the way down. You might not be able to do that if you're doing it with a scarf. Good. So feeling the stretch and then going all the way if your shoulders and your band allow. Come on down, release your shoulders, super duper. Fold your band in half, actually in a quarter. I'm going small, quarter. Feet together now. Turn the toes out, slide the right toe, lift and balance. All the way over the head if you can. Slide and lift, balance. Watch this hip isn't poking out. Keep changing. Watch the change. Lifting, holding. Leg is still. Pump the arms down and up. So I'm going to do 3 arm pumps. My last one come in. Really challenging the balance. And then come on down. Toe slide, knee lift. 3 arm pumps. If that leg drops down, just pick it right back up. So got 2 more sets to go. I want to finish with one on my left knee as I started this sequence. On my right. So take your time. See it through on the left. When you have finished, feet come back together, toes turned out. Lengthen. Now squeeze your buttons as tight as you can. Come across to the right corner. And if it feels good to let your hip go, let your hip go. It might not. Sometimes it gives you back pain. So you can just go from the waist, or you can go from the hips if your hips allow. And then you'll work a little bit more into the waist. Breathing in and breathing out. Guys, got 4 to go. Feel free to take your feet apart if you need to. That's a bit easier. Feel free to drop your arms. 2 more. And 1 more. Come on up and down. Brill. Release your shoulders. Get rid of that band. And just give everything a good shake. Let's come back to tightrope. Right foot in front of left. Cross your arms over your chest. Squeeze the glutes. Pelvis is still, knees are soft. Breathing in, breathing out, rotating to the right corner of the room. Hips are not moving. Come center, inhale. Exhale, twist to the left corner of the room. And come center. Super duper squeeze in the glutes. Couple more here. Finishing to the left. then changing feet. Going to do bow and arrow on this side, palms together, shoulders down. Draw your hand to your hip, turn your head and look behind you. Reach forward, inhale. So turning the head, a little bit more challenging for the balance. But great for your core stability. Squeeze the glutes. Make sure all the weight's not in the back foot. Get some of it in the front foot. Tuck your tail. Squeeze your glutes. 2 more. Last one. Finishing on your left, please. And relax and give it all a shake. Brill. Hip hinge, feet parallel. Hands behind the back. Soften the knees, pull the tummy in. Maintain neutral. Start to tip from the hip. Please make sure your spine isn't changing shape as you hip hinge. Draw your belly button right in to protect your back and squeeze your glutes. Guys, we're trying to stretch the hamstring and the buttocks on the way down. But if that's placing too much stress on your lower back, just go halfway. I know some of you can come to tabletop, so if you're happy in tabletop, come there. And so this is just going to be led by how your back feels and how your flexibility is today. Keep your knees soft. Please don't do this with locked legs. It's a bit stressful at the back of the knee if you do that. So I'm going to hold my last hip hinge. So come down and stay down, hopefully in a tabletop or somewhere near there. Good. Pull your belly button in. Now, keep your knees soft, but see if you can lift your bum up an inch and really feel the stretch there. You can put your hands on your legs if you need to. Hold, pull the tummy in and come up. Let's go into a squat, release the hands. So much smaller hip hinge, then sit back into that low stool, arms floating. Coming to a neutral pelvis. As you squat now, can you lift one heel? Heel goes down as you lengthen, other heel lifts. Breathing in, breathing out. Can we lift the right heel? Weight stays even. Can we pulse? 3, 2, 1. Push up. Change legs. Lift the heels. Sit down and back. Pulse. 3, 2, 1. Push up. Let's have 2 more sets. Lifting the right heel. Make sure you're not pushing across. And pulse. 3, 2, 1. And come on up. Last one. Hip hinge. Sit back, squat, pulse. 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Brill. Give your legs a shake. Let's release the ankles. Stand on the left leg. Right toe forward, lift. Flex and point the foot. Flex and point the wrists if you can. And then rotate slowly. Change direction. And relax. Forward and lift. Tummy in. Flex and point. Now tighten up on this side. Watch it's not poking out. And rotate. Other way, rotate. And relax. Give everything a good shake. Can you pick up your weights for me now, please? So we're going to step forward on the right leg, back on the left leg, and push the heel down into the floor. So we're in a calf stretch, front knee is bent. Lift your back heel off the floor. We're going to lunge. Please watch my knees. Make sure your knee's over your ankle, not pushing forward over your toe. So hip hinge first. That'll protect the back. And you can just do a mini lunge. You can do a much deeper lunge if everything feels okay. You might need to do a few minis to get the hips going. I'm going to do one slow lunge, heel off the floor, 2 bicep curls. One slow lunge. Make sure you're protecting your back, challenging your balance, not pushing your front knee over your toes. Now, if any of this is hurting your back, can do a squat. That's an easier option. You can still curl on your squat. So up to you, lunging or squatting. One lunge to 2 curls. Coming into your last one. Brill. Come on up, give your legs a shake. Let's try it on the other leg. So left foot forward, right leg back. Push the heel down first to get the calf stretch. Good. And then from there, lift the heel, hip hinge. Just try the lunge. Little one first. See how the knee feels. Might be different on that side. Go lower if everything is okay. Guys, 2 rows. Weights touching, end to end. One lunge. 2 rows. So working into the back muscles and the shoulders with this upright row. Lats, traps, and deltoids. Two more sets. And my last one. Brill. Giving those legs a shake. Okay, last set, feet wide. We're coming into a squat. So hip hinge down into squat like we did before. 3 pulses. 3, 2, 1. Come up, curl. Shoulder press with a heel raise. Come on down. Go again. Squat, hold and pulse. 3, 2, 1. Come up and curl. Shoulder press, heel raise. Come on down. Keep that moving. 3 count pulse in your squat. Keep going. Followed by a curl and a shoulder press. Let's have 2 more sets. So just staying at your own pace. I'm coming into my last set. And relax. But get rid of those weights for now. And let's have a look at our roll down. So just give me a rotation first. And then come down and let's release the lower back in a cat stretch here. So just give me some pelvic tilt here. Get some movement through that lower back before we roll down. And if you're not wanting to do a full roll down, that's okay. So let's uncurl. And then let's look at roll down. So looking straight ahead, breathing in. Breathing out, nodding the chin, rounding the spine. Rolling down to your bottom rib. Let your arms hang. Breathing in. Breathing out, rolling up. Let's go again. If it feels good to extend your arms, breathe in. Breathe out. Nod your chin, round and roll. Let's come just below knee height. Let the arms sway. Belly button is pulled in. Uncurl slowly. Brill, inhaling up. Exhaling down. Nodding, rounding and rolling. I'm coming where my hands are shin height. Yours can be anywhere you like. Just giving them a sway. Got back pain or it's tight, just support yourself on your legs. Pull your belly button in and squeeze your bottom to uncurl. Good. Arms up, inhale. Arms down, exhale. Nod, round and roll. Coming down slowly. Can you now get your hands about ankle height? Let your arms sway. Keep pulling up on the belly button to take the load. And then squeeze the glutes and unroll. So keep moving for me, guys. So our next one is going to come all the way to the floor. And that's up to you whether you want to come forward into downward dog. I know some people like it and some don't. So walk forwards once you're down there. And then get your arms and legs straight. From here, push the weight back. Pedal the feet if you can. So your options from here are walk back, roll up, repeat, or come with me. Holding a plank for 2 breaths. You can hold it on your knees if you like. And then 2 press-ups on your knees or on your toes. I'm going to come back through my downward dog. I'm going to walk in. And I'm going to roll up. Slowly with bent knees and a curved spine. So you've got the option there of 4 different positions. Choice is yours. Set your own pace. Doesn't matter if I'm rolling down and you're rolling up. I'm going to go from roll down to downward dog. Going to hold here for a couple of breaths. I'm going to transfer to a plank on my toes or my knees. And then I'm going to do 2 press-ups on my toes or my knees. I'm going to do 1 more round. So we just want to be breathing slowly all the way through, not breath holding. Thinking about what we are trying to achieve in each position, where we are supposed to be feeling it working. So once you have finished your last one, and please take your time, you're going to tip your screen so that I can see your mat. So you might want to take your device to the floor. And then I'm coming sideways. You can go any way you like. So I'm just going to tip my camera. So guys, you want all your bits and bobs around you. Ball, hug, block, cushion if you're going with a cushion. Weights and band. I'm coming down, setting myself up on all 4s. And just continuing to release my spine with a cat stretch. Starting from my pelvis, I'm rolling the length of my spine. So I'm going for full flexion and extension, but your back might not be happy with that. So this should be relatively pain-free. So feeling stiff is okay, dull ache is okay, just nothing sharp. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to do a variation of Superman. Those of you that have got a hog or a block, you can kneel on it. Otherwise, just stay on your mat, that's fine. You can kneel on your cushion if you've got a cushion. So, knees are together on the hog. Hands are on the floor. Tuck your toes under at the back if you're up high. If you're not up high, you can just leave them flat. I'm going to slide my left toe and my right arm away out to the side and lift. So my right arm is going out to the side rather than to the front. So arm onto the side leg to the back, and I'm going to stay on my right side. I'm going to keep lifting my right arm and my left leg. I'm going to stabilise my spine and my pelvis. I'm going to do one more on that side, and then I'm going to change and do 4 on the other side. So nice smooth change without the spine moving. So imagine you've got that nice tea tray on the back there. Don't want anything to spill. And then thinking about getting as much height in your leg as you can safely manage. So we want height through the leg, provided it's not irritating the back. I'm just coming in to have a look at you. Keep moving, keep changing from right to left. So 4 right, 4 left. Head stays in line with the spine. Breathing out to stretch and lift. Breathing in to lower. Good. So you've probably still got a set to do on the left. So when you've done your final set of 4 leading with the left arm, we'll come off the back of whatever we're kneeling on and have a stretch. So take your time. Once you've done number 4, come off the back. Get rid of whatever it is you're using there. And then just roll through the spine again if that feels good. Or sit back into cat stretch and take the pressure off your wrist. Sorry, shell stretch. Guys, just release your wrists if you want. Little circle. Maybe give your fingers a bit of a wriggle. And then uncurl the spine. Good. Come sit on your bottom. Let's have a look at those abdominals. So I'm going to put my chi ball behind me. If you've not got a chi ball, use a cushion. If you're using your chi ball, you want it away from you. But if you're using a cushion, you probably want it touching you because it's a bit softer. So I'm holding the backs of my legs, sitting up tall, breathing in, opening my chest. Breathing in, breathing out, tucking under, coming off my 2 bum bones onto my tailbone. Making that C curve, coming forward and sitting up. If anything doesn't feel right, adjust it. My ball's off center. Breathing in, breathing out, scooping and rolling. You can let go of those legs if you feel ready to. Roll forwards, shoulder extension, breathing in, then tilting the pelvis. So it's a little bit like your cat stretch. You are tilting the pelvis first and then rolling up the rest of the spine. Pelvic tilt, scoop, roll. Guys, if all is well, give me that bow and arrow that we did in the warm-up. So that's pulling the elbow back, turning the head, rotating through the waist, breathing out, breathing in and up. Guys, this is going to be my last one. I'm going to have a little rest and a stretch, and then I'm going to add some weight. So I'm going to take my feet apart and come forward and just relax and really let that back stretch. Just breathing into the back of the ribs. Uncurling the spine. Brill. Can we grab a dumbbell? One weight in 2 hands. Bring your feet back to hip width apart. Shoulder press. Scoop and roll. Land on your cushion or ball. Rotate. Now, you can do 1, 2, 3, maximum of 4. 4 rotations if you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, and coming up. So if 4 doesn't suit you, stay with whatever feels right for you. If you want to take your ball or your cushion further away or closer to you, do that. And And if any of this is irritating your back, then it's time for you to stop and have a stretch. I'm going to do 2 more sets. You don't have to, you can stop if you need to. It's my last one. Brill. Let's get rid of the weights. Take the feet wide, come forward, and slump and stretch here. Uncurling the spine. Brill. Come on down onto your back. So move your cushion or your ball, but if you want it under your head, put it under your head. I'm going with a head block. And then put your dumbbells either side of you. So I'm coming down, bringing my knees in, drawing a circle with my pelvis, releasing, opening into the lower back, and then circling the other way. Good, so coming into hips and lower abdominals, pelvis is still. Single leg stretch away, lowering slowly towards the mat but not touching the mat. So lower is more challenging, higher, bit better for your back. If you want to work your upper abdominals, lift your head and shoulders off the floor. So you're almost trying to get your knee to your nose, but don't make contact. Into rotation. If that's okay, go shoulder to knee. And then your hardest option, fingers to temples, elbow to knee. Now if any of this is bothering your neck or your back, just put your head down and just do legs. So you don't have to do both. Counting you down, but stay at your own pace. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on in and down. Full body stretch, legs away, arms overhead or out to the side. If the shoulders are a bit tight, let your ribs lift and breathe into that diaphragm. Bringing your arms over, bringing your legs in. Brill. Put your feet and knees together, arms out to the side, palms up. Let's rotate knees to the right, let the bum lift on the left, turn the head to the left, breathe in, breathe out, come up, drop the knees to the left, turn the head to the right, breathing in, breathing out. Let's have one more either side, knees right, head left, breathe in, pull down on your belly button to come back. Last one. Good. Can you now pick up your weights, please? Push them up over your chest. Take your feet apart if you're staying on the floor. The arms are moving out and in. So options here as we do this wide chest fly are to work with your feet on the floor or imprint your spine and pick your legs up to tabletop. So that's knees over hips, but no gaps under the back. Now you can either leave your legs there, or you can give me a bent knee toe tap to the floor, or you can give me a single leg stretch away. So all of that will add load to the abs, but if it pulls on the back, then that might be a bit intense. Might just want to focus on what the arms are doing. If you want to put your feet on the floor, you can go single knee lift. Breathing in to open and out to close. Guys, those of you with a strong back and abdominals can do your double leg stretch into crucifix. So you've got 2 to go. So give me 2 more of whatever option you've taken there. Breathing in to open, out to close. And once you've done your last one, you can get rid of those weights. Come on down. Take your feet the full width of the mat, knees bent, arms out to the side, palms up. Open knee, hip roll. So just roll in there from right to left. Breathing in to drop and out to lift. Focusing on the lower half of the body this time. And focusing on the leg that's dropping through the middle towards the mat. Good. Coming back to center. Let's work now on pelvic stability and lower abs. So you don't want anything under your head for this one. I'm going to put my chi ball under my tailbone. You can do it with a hog if you like, you do it with a cushion. Chi ball's your hardest option. So I'm in the middle. My fingertips are on my hips, tummy's in. Lifting my legs up and just balancing here. So check first of all that none of this is in your back. You've got that bracing feeling in your abdominals. And from here you can either do a bent knee toe tap to the floor or a single leg stretch away, high or low. Once your legs are moving, breathing out to move, breathing in to return. You might be able to take one or both hands off the floor, and you might be able to scissor your arms. Breathing out to stretch. So up to you whether you want to just do arms or legs. Good. Any back pain, stop or choose an easier option. Just do what feels right for you. We're keeping moving if we can, but you can come to either a knee hug or a hip roll if you need to release. So counting down. 6, 5, 4, staying slow. 3, 2, and 1. Put your feet to the floor slowly. Leave your ball or whatever's underneath there under you. Stretch to the 4 corners of your mat, and hopefully that should let the pelvis tilt, release the hips and stretch the lower abdominal. If it gives you back pain, take away whatever's underneath you. Guys, can you push your heels away and pull your toes back? And then open your palms and stretch your fingers. Take some breaths here into the diaphragm. Bringing your arms over. And bringing your legs in. Take away whatever's under your bum. Get something back under your head if you want something under there. Hug your knees in and release that pelvis. From here, feet on the floor. Roll onto one side, come over onto all fours. We're going to do thread needle, so spinal rotation. Now, if you want to do this with your band or your dumbbell, you can do. I'll show you it without equipment first. You are still working with resistance. It's your own body weight. So I'm on all fours. My left leg is out to the back with my toes tucked under. My right arm is going to open to the side. Going to look up, eyes follow the hand. I'm going to come down, I'm going to thread the needle through this hole. Now, some of you will be able to do a one-arm press up. For some of you, that will be too intense. I'll turn this way so you can see from this angle. Breathing in to open. Breathing out to come down, thread the needle and thread through. Watch that you don't fall over as you do it. Those of you that want to add resistance, you can do it with a dumbbell or a band. Now that might be a bit intense if you have a shoulder or a back issue, so choose your option. Whichever one you're doing, just watch that you're not sitting back. Hip is forward over knee. Abdominals are braced, so I'm feeling the body weight in my left arm. So we're getting what we call bone loading through the arm and the shoulder. Really good for your bone density. Obviously, if it's hurting your wrist, you might need to go back a bit. Good. So just one more on that side, please. Breathing in to open and breathing out to thread through. And then changing to the other side. Guys, if you need to release your back or your wrists, go there. Otherwise, you can just change straight to the other side. I'll turn around, but you don't have to. Left arm is extending, threading the needle through the hole. Option to do the one-arm press up. Option to add a dumbbell or a band. So I'm going to add my dumbbell, but I'm going to make sure when I thread through the hole that I don't sit back. Weight is forward. Let's keep that going. I'm coming in. Good. So eyes are following hands. Slower is better on this one. Breathing in to open. And out to thread the needle. Brilliant. 3 more on that side. Super slow. Once you've done your last one, and please take your time, release with a cat stretch or a shell stretch. You might want to release your wrists. You might want to rest on your head, take your hands to your ankles and just let your shoulders relax. So whatever position you're resting in, take a couple of breaths. Bring your hands to the side of your knees, support your body weight and uncurl slowly. So we're going to have a look at our plank next. Guys, your options for plank are on your hands or on your elbows when we get there. You can do them on your floor or you can do them on your hog if you've got your hog. So obviously the thick side of the hog is a bit more stable, thin side of the hog a bit more wobbly. So come into your square position, tabletop back, whether you're on the hog or on the floor, doesn't matter. Sway your weight forward, press into your hands, tuck your toes under, just lift your knees a little bit, drop down and sway back. If that's enough for you, that's all you're doing, lifting and lowering the knees. If you feel strong enough, you can hold the bent knee position, or you can extend to a straight leg position. And then we stay here. You can now be on your hands or elbows, on your knees or toes. Breathe in slowly, squeeze the glutes, tummy in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down, pull back and stretch. And we'll go again for those that can. Come forward again. You need to change the position of your hog. Do, guys, options. Forward, toes under, hover the knees, full extension. So for those of you that feel comfortable with it, keep your back still and draw your knee to your elbow. So left knee to left elbow, right knee to right elbow. If you feel better with 4 of your limbs on the floor, keep 4 limbs down. So 4 to go. 4, down you come. Well done. Pull back and stretch. Good job, guys. Hold it. Coming off your hog if you're on the hog. Hands to the right corner, stretching down the left shoulder. Breathing into that stretch. Coming through the center and over to the left corner. Releasing the right shoulder. Come through center. Walk your hands in, support your body weight and uncurl. Brill. Come on down onto your bottom. So we're going to do full roll back now. So think back to the partial roll back that we did earlier on. It was with a ball or a cushion behind us. So if you needed that, if you felt like you helped, you leave it there. Grab your band, take it round your feet with bent knees. So now I'm going to use my band instead of my ball to support me. I'm going to come up on my bum bones, tuck my pelvis and roll. And so this time, if you can, I'm going to go a bit further. I'm going to try and get my bottom rib to touch the floor or the ball or the cushion. Because you've got this band to give you extra support, so you should be able to get a bit lower. But if your back is telling you it's not happy going low, then don't go low. For those of you that know what you're doing, you can roll all the way down if that makes you happy, as long as you can get back up from there smoothly. So what I don't want is for your feet to leave the floor ever. If that's with bent knees, great. If you can do it with 2 straight legs, then that's fine too. If you're finding that your head is going back, then get something under your head for when you hit the floor. And for those of you that are a little bit more advanced, you can put your band or your dumbbell in your hands, and so you lose the support of the band, and so it's working more into your abs. However, you do need a strong, flexible spine for that. I'm going to add rotation for my waist, and I'm also going to add forward flexion. So don't feel you have to do all of those bells and whistles. You can just be working towards it. If you're not there now, you'll get there soon. I'm going to do 2 more sets. If this has started going into your back, then just stop and rest. So coming into my last set. Once you've finished your last one, can you finish it in the seated position? And then get rid of your band or your dumbbell. Take your feet wide and just slump over the legs again. Those of you that are comfortable in cross-leg forward fold, you can go there. So just giving the spine a good stretch, breathing into the back of the rib cage and resting the abs. Uncurling my spine. Brill. Come on back down onto your back for me, please. Pop something under your head if you want it. We are going to work our triceps, so make sure your dumbbells are either side of you. Let's get these holiday arms sorted. So pushing up, Pinning the shoulders down. Pulling the tummy in. Arm pattern first. Left dumbbell, left ear. Right dumbbell, right ear. As though you're answering the phone. Should not be any movement from your shoulder. Shoulders are fixed, pushed into the mat, elbows are moving. Now, options. Tabletop legs if you can. You can tap your opposite toe to the floor. You can stretch your opposite leg away. If you're working on the floor, you can lift the opposite knee. So there's lots of options here. Guys, final option is double tricep press if your weights are not too heavy. Breathing in to drop and out to push. So I'm going to do 2 arms and 1 leg. You can do whatever you like. As long as it's still working your triceps, obviously. Let's see how we're doing. Good. So just find your own level that you're happy with. Make sure those elbows are pointing to the ceiling and the shoulders are not moving. Last 2. Come on down. And then get rid of your weights. Super. Guys, arms out to the side. Put your right ankle on your left knee and just let the leg come out and rotate and open the hip. If you've got knee pain, take your left foot a bit further away. So dropping right knee to right, turning head to left, breathing in to drop, and breathing out, coming back. Keeping the knee back, taking the right big toe towards the floor on the left, turn your head to the right, breathing in, let the back lift, breathing out, coming back, repeat on the right leg, take it right and left again slowly. Let the whole of your rib cage lift if there's no back pain. Once your right big toe has been to the left again, come back to center slowly and change legs. So I'm opening my left hip and I'm going left first this time. So knee towards the floor on the left, and then toe towards the floor on the right. Moving slowly, trying to touch the floor if it's not uncomfortable. Turning the head the opposite way. Super, guys, when you're ready, let's have our band around the right foot. And let's finish with a hamstring stretch. So I'm holding fairly high up if your band is quite stretchy. I've got stretchy on today. Pulling my elbows down, relaxing my neck and shoulders. Sliding my left leg out along the floor, pulling my right leg in. Now it might be that you're happier with your left leg bent, so that's okay. Can you push your heel to the ceiling, pull your toes back? Can you take a breath in? And as you breathe out, draw that right leg closer if it'll go. If it's shaking, it's gone too far. Now just soften off the back of the right knee and then either sway that leg right and left, keeping your bum on the floor, or circle it clockwise and anti-clockwise. So just play about with that and see what feels better. Just trying to release everything that attaches through the hip. If you're quite flexible and strong, you can just put the band in your right hand, maybe put your left hand on your hip. So you might want to sway right and left, or you might want to circle clockwise and anti-clockwise. Sometimes feels good to do both. You might find you've got a bit of arthritis in your hips or your back, that there are certain positions it just doesn't want to go in, and that's okay. Got to work with what we've got. When you're ready, guys, come back to centre and change legs, please. Pulling the elbows down, sliding the bottom leg away, drawing that top leg in, pressing the bum down, flex the foot or flex and point the foot, whatever feels good. Maintain resistance, so if it started to ease off, try and take it further. Breathe in gently. And then just softening off at the back of the knee. Sway or circle that leg, left and right, or clockwise and anti-clockwise. So just go through your own safe range. If you feel like you're not feeling anything, then make it bigger. You might not be the same from right to left, might be different things going on there. Make that your last one. Come back to centre. Get rid of your band, please. And then come over onto one side and onto all fours slowly, please. So once you're here, if your back needs to stretch, then just give me a few final cat stretches. If you are happy in downward dog, tuck your toes under and come there. So it doesn't matter whether you're on your knees or your feet, just do what feels nice for your final stretch. I'm going to give my feet a bit of a pedal here. And then if you can walk your hands to your feet to come up, that's where you're going to go. If you're happier just putting one leg in front of the other to come up, that's okay. Support yourself and make sure you come up very slowly and your head comes up last, please. Just turn my camera. And then we're stretching up, inhaling, push to the ceiling. Breathe out, come across. Breathe in. Breathe out, come across. Come centre. And relax. Release the shoulders. And release all the way down the spine. And give yourselves a clap. Brilliant. Come on in, folks.